Brent grew up in Berkeley, and he is a Northern California guy. So there is this culture, people who grow pot patches that were like criminals. They weren't just like peace-loving hippies that were just trying to make a lot of money. So I think that certainly comes out in Brent's script.
So when we finished the script finally and everyone was happy with it, the nice part about it was Jack was a seasoned producer, and he was able to, I think, if I remember correctly, take a one-page poster, ticks, kind of a big high concept with a cool photo of a tick and kind of the log line we had, and sell it internationally. I mean, these were the days back when you had kind of the American film market, right? It was based in LA, and people would come from all over the world, and people, pre-sell and buy movie titles for the rest of the world, and you could cobble together a decent budget. And I think, if I remember correctly, this was probably one of the bigger budgets he'd had. I don't remember what the number was, but it was big enough that it came together quickly, and everyone felt like we can actually shoot this script.
So I was studying film at Cal State University in Northridge, and I was a teaching assistant. And there was a student in the class who was working in the mailroom. His name was Jason Matlin. Jason had decided that he was going to go from Northridge to San Francisco State. And I knew he was working for Corman. So I said, Jason, don't quit. Just bring me in as your replacement. And he did. He just brought me in and said, "Here, this guy's replacing me." So that's how I started, and then fairly quickly worked my way into the visual effects department and eventually trailer editing. That was how I got into work for Corman. I edited a feature, edited parts of other features, did some feature recuts, and then was head of post-production. At that time, Corman sold New World. I stayed with Corman as head of post-production for his new company. Several months later, New World was looking for a new head of post. They came to me. Bob Ramey, the president of the company, offered me a job to be a vice president of production, and that's how I got into production. Supervised a few films. I was brought in on the Hellraiser franchise to kind of goose it up a bit, and that's how I got into directing.
Tony was a great guy, and he certainly knew what he wanted, and he really focused a lot on the actors.
This is it. This place looks worse than the projects.